Hello everyone, this is Charlie Brawley. Over the next few moments, I'm going to show you guys how to work and navigate the freestyle system that has been making quite a bit for recent users. As you can see on the screen here, the most latest win was $2,800 by Donnie. And just to show you really quickly too, these are some of the game stats. Before I actually get into the actual how-to, let me just show you really what's going on and how we're having the success that we have. Number one, you got to understand that you may not, and I know I'm saying this very trivially, but you may not win everything all the time, okay? And I have to constantly say that because a lot of times we get in our own way expecting just ridiculous results. We'll play very, very high with very, very little money. And essentially we're just gambling. We don't have any mathematics, we need anything. We're just hoping for the best. Well, the system that I've created here, you can see here that these are real games from the user here. Loss, win, 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 loss, win, 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 win. Now look at how it loses. Lose, lose, win. Look at how it loses. 1, 2, 3. Singular losses, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. All right, so what when I actually got a hold to this information or the data that allowed me to create this system that minimized consecutive losses, since then we've been having a lot of success. Now this is 2 users in a row that have earned $2,000 or more dollars just in 24 hours of using it. Now let me show you. There is a training manual. Excuse me. When you go to when you go here, you click on freestyle. There is a training manual that you can click, and it will also have this video. You can see where it says training manual. All right, anytime you want to review the training manual, you will go here to where it says freestyle mode official training manual. Okay, now also I'm gonna put the link on here where you can click on this link and watch this video, because what I'm about to do now is essentially we're going to go step by step according to the training manual on how to actually do this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, we're gonna shrink this down, and I actually have the game here. So we do have an RNG game, but we have a game so that we can actually play. All right, so let's go through it. It says overview. Number 1, freestyle mode gives you full manual control of entering outcomes while following a structured algorithm guided betting system. Now guys, I constantly say this is a business. If you approach it like gambling, you're going to have gambling results, and I'm going to kick you out eventually, or you're going to kick yourself out. But the idea of not following instructions, doing what you want to do, and then getting emotional about it and all that little wild stuff that happens when you're gambling, there's no reason to be here if you're going to do that. You don't need anybody's help to gamble. All right, just go gamble. All right, but here we do have a very structured process, so you got to stick to it. All right, you will input outcomes, complete games, identify losing algorithms, bet according to freestyle rules, activate a reversal cycle when required, recover and reset when break even is reached. We're gonna go over all of this in this video. How much time do I have? We have right at 5 minutes. All right, I'll try and be quick. First thing we're gonna do, where it says number 2, but first thing we're gonna do, start a new shoe. Step 1, create a new shoe. So when you go into the freestyle trading thing, you're going to click this, create new shoe. And then once it's done creating a new shoe, you can see here that the shoe and the games are now ready to be inputted. So then it says step 2. All right, well, if you get this error message, session documentation, and you have not, this will get you banned. Eventually, many of you who are using this system and you're not sending documentation, you're going to find out that you can't get into the system. I take this very serious, guys. This is a business. I actually work very, very hard to produce this kind of stuff. So if you're not going to do the right thing by me, then I will cut you off, period. Now, if you get this message, okay, hit remind me later. But if you are not sending your sessions to me, basically you're not being honest with me. And I have to be honest with you guys 100% of the time. Like, I can't afford, like, either I'm right or wrong. Like, you guys got to be honest with me when you're doing this. So send in the documentation. Otherwise, hit remind me later. All right, let's continue. Step 2, enter games 1 into observation only. All right, so in this case, let's say we already have, let's say you come to the game. If you come to a fresh game, you're going to have to input 2 games of outcomes, which is about 11 or 12 outcomes. Otherwise, you probably can come to a board that already has some outcomes on the games. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to simulate using this RNG, just as if there were already previous outcomes on the board. How would I input those outcomes on the board to get this thing started? All right, I'm going to put a couple up here, and then we're going to start right back here at step 2. All right, but this time we're going to act like there's already outcomes on the board. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we're going to input those outcomes and get started entering games 1 and 2 observation. Now, what does observation mean? Observation means the algorithm itself is actually looking at 2 games. It's about 12 outcomes, and it's deciphering patterns amongst the algorithms. All right, and on a continuum basis, real-time basis, is consistently updating and providing us with the data for the algorithms. All right, and that's how we get our prompts for actually playing. Now, let's say we come to the game, there's already 4 outcomes on the board. What we're going to do is go to this is the last one. All right, so let's go ahead and put, that's the 4th one. Let's put P there, and we can go and put P's all the way back until we have 4, as you can see here. So now you can see we have 4. So what we're going to do here, as it says, these 2 games are strictly observational. Each game, first 2 games, input the outcomes, press complete game. So what I'm going to do here is, let me take that back. Let's go ahead and let's act as if we're waiting for outcomes, and we're going to put those outcomes in. All right, so that was another player. Even though this is faster, I wish it could be even faster than this. There's another version of RNG that is faster. The only thing is they have 25% banker fees, and they publicize 5%, but the reality is that they actually have a 25%, excuse me, not 10%, 25% banker fees. All right. So let's say we have those outcomes. Let's go ahead and input the rest of the outcomes. That was player, banker, player, player. So there was player, banker, player, player. And we have to hit complete game to move on to the next game. Remember, this says this is observation only. So we're going to click observation. Okay. And we're going to continue to pull outcomes to complete. So that was game 1. Okay. That we just did. So as you can see here, game 2 observation mode. Now we're in game 2. All right, so the outcome for that one was player. We need 2 more outcomes to complete game 2. That was a banker. And let's get another outcome. And that was a player. Okay, so this is game 2, observation mode. Hit complete. We're going to click observation mode, okay? Now, you can see this live button. This means game 3 is now live, okay? So, what we're going to do is, let's see what it says here. After completing the first 2 games, observation mode is finished. Play begins on game 3. Required rule before every new game. Before starting any new game, game 3 and beyond, you must input 1 outcome, which is outcome 6. Okay, so the next, which is literally the next outcome. So let's go ahead and put in CP. Let's put in the next outcome. We're waiting. If you were playing it again, you just be waiting for the next one. All right, so that would be P. All right, so that's just automatic. So after we hit complete game, the very next game you play, you always have to put in the outcome for outcome 6. It's just something you have to remember. It's not going to let you go past it anyway, but just remember that. Core gameplay process, starting game 3. Step 3, identify the losing algorithm. At the beginning of each game, look at the algorithm with the down arrow. This is the algorithm that lost the last game. Step 4, place the game bet. For each game, follow the direction suggested by the algorithm showing the down arrow. Only one bet is placed per game. Enter the outcome and press complete game. All right, so in this case, we're going to look for the lowest algorithm, which is the down arrow. It says play player. So we're going to put our chip on player. 1 unit, okay? 1 unit should be no more than 2% of your bankroll, okay? No more than 2% of your bankroll. If you are very limited on money, you have very little money, all right? You're very scarce, you're very little with it, 1% or even 0.5%. Don't gamble, okay? Because if you're going to start at 2% and you only have a little bit of money, that's taking too much risk for a person who doesn't have any money. Imagine starting a business and you only have half the money. You're taking big risks. Common sense is really all that's required. Not too much, but just a little. All right. So here, let's go here. It says that we lost that bet. So let's go ahead and put a B here. If you win, proceed normally to the next game. If you lose, continue to recover. Continue the recovery cycle, see below. Understanding a 2-game loss sequence. All right, so in this case, basically, if you lose, continue to recover cycle. Now, we haven't had a 2-game losing sequence, all right? But that's if we lose 2 games in a row. So in this case, we only lost the first game. What we're going to do is, and maybe this could be reworded, because I'm going to reword that so that it's done better. If you win, yes, we proceed as normal. If we lose the first hand, we proceed as normal. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and wait for the next outcome. The next hand that we play, all right, we're going to do a double bet on it. All right, so we hit complete game. We're going to put lost. Whatever your bet was, whatever that bet was, $1, $5, $10, whatever, you're going to put that there, okay? Leave it as standard because we're playing standard. Click submit, okay? So we're minus 1 unit at whatever the value was, okay? Now that that's happened, we're going to wait for the next outcome for the next game. It says player. All right, so now that we're on game 4, we're going to go to the lowest algorithm. We're going to play exactly what it says play here. Except this time we're going to, it said player, we're going to do 2 units on player. And banker wins. All right, so this brings us to this point, okay? Glad it actually worked out this way because I didn't want to be a long training or video. All right, so we're already here at the reversal cycle. Triggered after 2 consecutive losing games. As you can see, I just lost 2 consecutive losing games. So what I'm going to do is continue to play until the very next game, which will be the 3rd game. So we got to get our next outcomes. We're only playing hand 1 of each game. All right, so we're going to input that there, and we're going to put that we lost here to submit. All right, and now we're waiting for the next outcome of the next game. I'm just doing cancellation bets right here just to move it along, okay? Obviously, because it's RNG. All right, so here it says reversal cycle. Step 5, begin the reversal game. Input outcome 6, identify the losing algorithm, reverse its suggestion. If it says banker, play player. If it says player, play banker. So in this case, if you lose 2 consecutive, you come here. If it says player, we're going to play banker. So we're going to put our chip on banker. If we win, we'll continue to play what is called the reversal trend. As you can see, continue reversal mode until you lose a game. All right, so we're gonna do that. All right, we're gonna get the next outcome and wait for the next two outcomes, and then we'll start the next game. Banker. All right, so we're gonna put we won here. All right, we're gonna put reverse here because that's when we reversed, and we wait for the next game. All right, so the dealer normally would be dealing this for you, but we're just gonna RNG it. All right, so it says banker. All right, so we're gonna do it again. So here's the last performing, the algorithm that we're looking at. This says banker. We're gonna put our chip on player. And that was a tie. Anytime there's a tie, we do what? We replay our bet. All right. And the banker won on that one. So, all right, so what does it say when it loses? Let's see what it says here. Reversal ends when a loss occurs. The moment you lose a game, while in reversed mode, reversal cycle ends immediately. Return to regular freestyle play. All right, so we lost there. We're gonna wait for the next outcome, and we're gonna play the regular way instead of the reverse way now. Let's see. That was player. All right, so we're gonna say lost, won, lost, reverse. All right, so if we lost a reverse, post reversal recovery in bet size. After a loss in reverse mode, return to normal freestyle roll. Increase minimum bet size to 2 units. Continue regular play until break even is achieved. Once break even is hit, return to 1 unit base bet. So we're gonna go up to 2 units on this hand, and then if we lose it, we'll go to 4 units. I think somewhere it shows you the progression 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. So we are right here in the progression cycle. All right, so in this case, we wait for the next outcome. Banker wins, and now we come here and we play it regularly now. So we're going to do 2 units on player. And player wins. Okay. Now that we've won that, so we'll put player here. All right. So it says here, reverse cycle, we've won. So basically, once you've won that 2 units, we would play. Let's play it again. Actually, let's continue to play. Let's get the next outcome because we won on that 2 unit. Post reversal recovery and bet size rules. Once break even hit, return to 1 unit base. Now, if let's say, so we won, that was a tie on that one. Let's replay. All right, so we're going to say 1, but this time we won it at whatever that value was. You're going to place it there. All right. Now, the better you guys get at in putting exactly what it is, the better it's going to be for me to reconcile accounts. All right. But one of the reasons why I need documentation is because oftentimes it's very wrong. Users are putting a lot more or a lot less, and the numbers are off. So I need to know that. All right, so let's continue. We won 2 units there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and player. All right, so now here's what I'm gonna implement: post rule recovery and bet size rules. So it says stay at 2 units, right, until you've broken even. Now, if you have a bankroll that's little to, let's say, less than $500, you're going to have to be conservative, or you're going to have to be unafraid. Now, you could stay at the 2 unit value here. All right, let's go here. If you stay at the 2-unit value, you will be at this stage. Okay, so let's see what that looks like. And I recommend, again, if you have less than 500, I suggest until you are comfortable understanding. Now the numbers will lay out, but again, I know I'm dealing with folk who are not going to go study this. Okay, I know we're often just looking for the win, not looking for the knowledge. So if you're not going to study it, you're going to have to be conservative so that you don't get emotional when you do lose. All right, because you won't win at all. So because if in this case, if you go up to 2 units and you have less than that, and you don't have like a wherewithal to take breaks or anything like that, even though the system prompts you to do that, you're gonna have to develop it amongst yourself. Like if you just have a gambling nature, this won't work. Gambling doesn't work anywhere, but it definitely won't work at a casino. Like that's what they want you to do, is gamble, just to act erratic without any kind of litness. Okay, so then, or kind of wherewithal. All right, so again, if you have less than 500, I would suggest more conservatism. So it has it after once you've increased here, it says stay on the 2 units until you've broken even. I say go back down to 1. You can stay at 2. And I would say stay at 2, so as long as you're not mentally affected. If you do go up to this progression cycle, 2, 4, 1, 3, all right? So if you never lose to this, you stay on that progression cycle. All right? And then once you're back above break even, then you leave. Otherwise, repeating the cycle every time you lose 2 consecutive games again, trigger a new reversal. So basically, I just wanted to kind of go over how this is going to be played out. With that said, guys, like you can honestly, there's a number of different progression styles you can play. Like this 1, 2, 1, this 2, 4. This could be even higher, but let's say if this is higher, this should be, say, like a 1, 2, 1, 5, 10. If you should lose to it, you're going to have to stay playing. The reason is because until you've broken even, because the real game doesn't start until this part, until after you've lost these 3. If you should decide to play like that, you could do a 1, 2, 1. You could do a 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. And then after that sequence, you can go 2, 4, 1, 1, 1. There's a number of different ways to do it that offer certain levels of conservatism. The one structured plan that I'm showing you guys now is the one that everyone who's playing is playing it that way. Okay, unless they're doing something that I don't know. All right, so what does he says here? Complete freestyle summary. Create shoe before every shoe. If you lose a game, continue normal. Apply progression as needed. If you lose 2 games in a row, trigger. Okay. Return to return to normal at 2 unit minimum. After break even, reset back to 1. Continue normal freestyle play. That's pretty much the basis of it. Remember, guys, when you make 2 units, 3 units at the most, take a break. Don't just play, and then you end up leaving when you're down. Take a break. Make a couple units, take a break. Make a couple units, take a break. Okay? Now, if you go into a losing cycle, let's say if you've lost like 3 or 4 in a row, it's okay. Take a break. Little one, not long, just a little one. Okay, you don't want to be in some type of losing cycle, so it's okay to take a break. All right, that's all that is. All right, but just keep to this cycle, and things are great because most of the users right now are doing extremely well. Well, listen, guys, if you have any questions, hit me on the contact form on the website where it says contact us, and ask away any kind of questions you have. I typically answer things in about 24 hours. If not, just send me another email again. And everything's typically under 24 hours in terms of response. All right, guys. Well, if you haven't, again, any questions, send me an email, permutationspro@gmail.com, or send me a contact support email. Thank you guys so much for watching. Great luck and best wishes.